we can be in two different types of mindsets. We can be either in a greedy mode, or we can be either in a generous mode. Now, what is a greedy mode? A greedy mode is a mode where we feel that our needs are not satisfied. We are always wanting something new, wanting this, wanting that. So we have lots of desires for material things that we want, or immaterial things, doesn't matter. It's the desires that we have within us, and those desires keep on adding themselves. So once we have a desire and we get it fulfilled, then a new desire generates. And then when that's fulfilled, another desire generates. And when that's fulfilled, another desire generates. So that is a greedy mindset, where we have these desires that keep coming in, and we are trying to fulfill those desires. So we feel that we need this and that and this and that, and we need more of this and more of that, and bigger house and a bigger car and everything. So that's a greedy mindset, where we keep on wanting more and more and more. I'm not saying that we shouldn't want progress, but we have to be aware of when that progress is affecting us, when that wanting of progress is affecting us personally. So this mindset, where a person desires more and more and more and more, creates a person that is always unsatisfied, because there's always something that will be unfulfilled. As long as you keep having these desires, there's always be something that's unfulfilled in your life. And that fact that this is unfulfilled will always be a source of unhappiness, because you feel somewhere that unless you have that, you will not be happy. And let's talk about the generous mindset. So compared to this mindset where we are always unhappy because there's always needs or wants that are always unfulfilled, the other mindset is of a generous mindset, where we try to be giving, we try to be generous, we try to be someone who would like to share. So who can be in that mindset? Who would like to give away? A person who has a sense of abundance. Let's say someone who thinks, oh, I have 2 of these, let me share one with someone else who doesn't have it, whatever it is. So a person who is generous automatically is in the mindset of abundance. Or someone who might say, I have this, I only have one, but the other person needs it more, so let me share it with the other person. So this mindset of generosity, or this state of mind where you are being generous, you automatically feel a sense of abundance, or feel a sense of well-being. I'm all right, I can share, I'm all right, I don't need this, I can give it to someone who does need it and is not all right. But it should only but I'm not saying give it away, give everything away that you have. No, you should have a feeling of I'm all right. If you don't feel all right, don't give it away, because you're just depleting your energy that way, just depleting yourself. We don't want to deplete ourselves. But if we feel that we are all right, if we are able to gather that feeling, then we can try to be generous, because that once you are generous, you feel a sense of gratefulness. You feel like, oh, I'm so grateful for being in the position of being able to share, being able to give. Is a possession itself that harbors a sense of gratefulness, a sense of happiness, a sense of kindness. You feel you're being kind, you feel you're being caring, you're being nurturing, you're being compassionate in some way. And what that does is it creates a feeling of happiness within you, a feeling of joy, and a feeling of family and well-being. Now let's go back to greedy. What does a greedy person or a person who always feels like there's something which is always unfulfilled in my life, what does that mindset make you feel? It makes you feel deficient. It makes you feel there's always less of things. It makes you feel smaller. It makes you feel like needing things from others. Oh, this, you keep looking at people, you keep looking at situations that look better to you, better than where you are, where you see yourself standing. So you feel like, oh, this person has that which I don't have, this person has that which I don't have. So we always look into what we don't have, and we always feel deficient, we always feel less than. So that is a mindset that creates a feeling of deficiency, which translates into a feeling of weakness in some form, a feeling of being less than. So when we do that, when we are in that greedy mindset, where we are in a mindset of I don't have that, I need it, we create a feeling, an energy of deficiency, and which can come into which can come into fruition in many different ways in your life. And it can create irritability, it can create frustration, it can, you try to work harder, you try to strive for more. And these days the commercialism, the advertising, and the world is not helping us in that scenario. It keeps telling us, you need this, you need that. So which clothes are you going to buy this season? Every season you need to buy new clothes, every season you need to buy, oh, my summer edition is this, then that autumn collection is out, and the winter collection is out, and the spring collection is out, and you feel like, oh, I need to buy new clothes. Well, your clothes that you already have are perfectly fine. You don't need to buy new clothes. But we feel that pressure of being in with the fashion, being, otherwise you feel like, oh, I don't fit in because I'm not following the latest fashion, or I'm being told that this is the latest fashion, I need to buy these clothes. Well, if people want to earn money, then they will tell you that you do need new clothes, you do need to buy new clothes. Or they will tell you, you need these food supplements, now these are the superfoods, these are the superfoods, these are the foods that you need these multivitamins, you need this, that, you need this, and you need that. Whereas you're feeling completely healthy in your body, and there's nothing wrong with you, but you feel this need, oh, I need that. You feel like, oh, I'm gonna miss out, everybody is getting this supplement and eating that superfood and this and that and making those changes. And even though you don't need it, because you're already having, let's say, a nice balanced diet, and there's nothing wrong with your body whatsoever. Yes, if there is something that's bothering you, if there are some symptoms in your body, then yes, you should look into it. You need to see what changes you need to make to your lifestyle to get over those issues. But you don't need to do all these supplements and diets and multivitamins, whatever, just because everybody else is doing it. So it's commercialism. We are being told that we need all these things. We constantly being fed this information that we need this and that to be healthy, to be happy, whereas really we just need a balanced life. We just need to be happy with who we are, what we do, and everything needs to logically make sense to our head why we're doing what we're doing. Now, what does the feeling of generosity or mindset of generosity do to us in terms of the society? So when we are being generous, we feel like we are providing something for the society. We feel like we are taking part in the community. We feel like we are being good. We're being a good citizen. We're being a good person. We think of ourselves as a good person. We harbor kindness towards ourselves, and that creates a sense of peace, a sense of centeredness, being centered, doing well in your life, and that creates further progress. When you are in a state of mind where you feel centered, where you feel happy, where you feel joyful, you are more ready to face whatever is in front of you. You're better able to handle any situation in your life. You're able to perform better at whatever it is that you're doing, and you're able to progress faster that way. So that is the difference between those two mentalities. And that is why it is so important at this stage in our life to be very mindful about what we are learning from our surrounding, what we're picking up, what is our diet, not just what we eat, but what we hear, what we see, what we learn from everything around us. So we have to be very mindful about what actually our needs are and what we are being told our needs are. So we have to be careful about, oh, do I really need that supplement? When I'm in pain, do I really need that medication? Oh, just have a Nurofen and you'll be fine. You'll be happy. Your pain will go. Your body, if there's a pain somewhere, then there's a reason. Your body is telling you something is wrong. So we need to pay attention to that, not suppress it, not hide it. With medicines, we have, paracetamol and ibuprofen and all of this is just covering up the symptoms, whereas those symptoms are there for a reason. So we need to dig deep and find what's wrong with the body and try to heal it in natural ways, as naturally as possible, and take medicines only when it's completely necessary. That's what I do. So that's why it's so important at this time to reduce our needs, to consume less in every way possible, create less waste, and that will in turn create a society which is generous, which is kind, which is sharing, and which is together in many different forms. And personally, it's good for you personally. It creates a sense of well-being, joy, kindness. It increases your self-worth, it increases your progress, and it's also good for the society. So really it's a win-win situation. So if you are in the mindset of wanting more, it is not good for you personally, and it's not good for the society, because that way we are just creating consumerism. We're just creating a society which is all about money making, business and money making. And the other society is a society which comes together as a community, which also makes money, progresses, while not harming personal well-being. So two situations: one is a lose-lose situation, one is a win-win situation. So it's up to us. We have to take the responsibility to choose which society we're going to take part in. If you choose well for yourself, you're choosing well for the society. But we have to first of all be aware, be mindful, take responsibility, spend time thinking about what you want for yourself, and not get influenced so easily by what's being fed to you. And just meditate, be mindful, and as long as you are taking care of yourself in the right way, you're going to be taking care of everybody else as well. So that's my video today. I hope it was interesting for you. Bye bye.